and the Brazos quicksand. Well, I was on my way up to California from New England one time. I had a little bit of time on my hands, and I was driving across Nebraska, and I decided I would get off the interstate for a while to see if I could find something interesting. So I was driving down this little country road and happened upon a big old white farmhouse mansion out in the middle of this field. And there was a sign at the end of the driveway that said, "Good Antiques." And I've always been into antiques, you know, so I figured, well, I'll just check this place out. It was a late October afternoon, the sun was going down on this cornfield behind the house. And I parked the car, I was walking up the front walk, there was a bit of a breeze blowing, and just to the right of the front door there was an open window and kind of a gauzy curtain fluttering back and forth. I could make out the face of this very old woman staring at me coming up the walk. And I stopped, and I examined the situation, and I thought to myself, this is a Tony Perkins movie. And I continued on, and happened upon this song. Now, if you're into antiques, you know that not all antique shops like this one, but this was a spooky place, kind of a dusty old place. There's a broken old wheel lying down inside with a 10-gallon can dented in, and a face in the window that looks even older than the old vein out back turning round in the wind. There's a sign with blue letters that says, "Come on in, I'll help you if you'll let us know how." Here's a beautiful portrait that once favored someone. You don't know her name, but it's no matter now. There are old silver pieces, memories in the mind, heirlooms of hearts that were gay. They stand by themselves, gathering dust on the shelves, waiting for someone to take them away. For two lovers put up in the corner, and carvings in ivory and stone, and a small golden ring that once graced the finger of a fair beauty bright when the world was her own. There are old silver pieces, memories of the mind, heirlooms of hearts that were gay. They stand by themselves, gathering dust on the shelves, waiting for someone to take them away. The time may grow short and I must be going. Better thank you, and I'm on the fly. But the clock on the wall says nothing at all. Not a tick or a tock, just a silent goodbye. There are old silver pieces, memories of the mind, heirlooms of hearts that were gay. They stand by themselves, gathering dust on for someone to take them away, waiting for someone to take them away. Song about falling in love and staying in love. Well, the night was clear, and the stars were shining. The moon came up, so quiet in the sky. All the people gathered round, the band was tuning. I could hear the night coming through the ride. You were dressed in blue, and you looked so lovely, just a gentle flower, a small town girl. You took my hand, and we stepped to the music with a sing smile. You became my world, of course, and we danced all night. To the fiddle and the banjo, drifting tunes seemed to fill the air. So long ago, I still remember we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. But it will, we courted dearly, rock for hours. Front porch chair. Then a year went by from the time that I met you, and I made you mine. Roseville Fair, and we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo. Their drifting tunes seemed to fill the air. So long ago, I still remember we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. Yeah. Here's a song for all of the lovers. Here's a tune they can share. May they dance all night to the fiddle and the banjo, the way we did at the Roseville Fair. May they dance all night to the fiddle and the banjo, the way we did at the Roseville Fair. Yeah. Is one that creeps into my mind every time I do that. I was at a festival in New Jersey 10 years ago, something like that, and I was up on stage with my friend Rich Precioso from a group called Small Potatoes, and Rich was playing guitar behind me for my set, and I don't know how many hundreds and hundreds of times I've sung that song over the years on stage, but it really sounded nice with Rich playing guitar. And it was clear, the stars were shining, it came up so quiet in the sky, all the people gathered round, and the town was burning. Something didn't quite feel right, and I stopped dead in the middle of the song. I thought, what did I just say? And Rich got a big kick out of it, and he came up to me afterwards. He said, you know, Bill, maybe we should change the title of that song to The Roseville Fire. I don't know. Let's see. This is one called Sueño. Sueño is Spanish for dream. And there's a chorus in Spanish, if you can pick it up. If you can't, you can hum, which is not hard, just so even an air conditioner could do it. I used to work at this place called the Old Quarter. It's like 1971, 1972 in Houston. And the Old Quarter, if they didn't start out there, everybody in the Texas music scene played there. Townes Van Zandt and Guy Clark, Jerry Jeff Walker, Nancy Griffith, Carolyn Hester. Anyway, I always got to Houston in July, which is like not the time to be in Houston. And so, and not only that, the Old Quarter was right downtown. It was surrounded by cement parking lots and buildings. And when it got hot in this place, it was just brutally hot. And they had this air conditioner. It was an old air conditioner. I think they used it at the Alamo or something like that before it fell. But they would turn this thing on, and first it would just shake on the wall. And then after a little bit, this vibration thing would happen. And then after a little bit more, this resonance would just fill the room. And it used to drive me nuts because it was sharp of every musical key in existence. I swear, you're playing in this key, and the air conditioner's going. No matter what key you're in, you're out of tune with the air conditioner. And sometimes the frequencies would cancel out your guitar chords, and you'd be playing along. Or sometimes you get the B17 effect. It's like. So the only way around it was like to tune up to the air conditioner before you started your set. Okay, Dale, crank up the old air conditioner, the A490.